Hello, everybody, and welcome to the August 2023 showcase for the prototypes. How are you doing, David?
I am fine.
Solid, fine. Yes.
Solid, better than okay.
That's good. I was having a little moment of confusion about trying to have this event be the shown event in our Discord server because there was another event that just ended, which is like something we were trying out some co-working time during the day before Protospiel Online, and I can't figure out how to make that event end for some reason.
I mean, this is like a question I have often is how can I make this event end? And that's like usually when I'm out doing like at a party that's gone on too long, or like a wedding or a graduation. Like how do I make this event end? And if anyone in the chat can
the age-old question
has any good suggestions for how to like Irish exit an event, love to hear that. But yeah, I don't know. The Discord events are a little they're a little fussy.
Yeah, actually it's saying like end the event that's happening. That's the one I have the option to end. This one, the prototype showcase is the one I have the option to end. But
I have the option to end the co-working. Do you want me to end it?
Yeah. Well, I have hit a button to end it and it hasn't ended, so I don't know what to do.
I think it just ended.
Okay. Maybe it needs enough time with nobody in the channel to end. Anyway.
Welcome.
Rose of the Sea Otter. I don't know who that is.
Oh, is that one of the otters at is it Cincinnati Zoo that has like all the Cincinnati Zoo's got like Fritz the hippo, Fritz and Fiona.
The greatest day
Monterey Bay.
Okay.
Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Okay.
The oldest sea otter
ever in the history of all time, or just alive right now?
That's a good question and an important distinction.
Otters are
the people. Best. The people want to know.
No answers. All right.
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay, I see. Yes, the happening now is what's happening now. So
yeah.
I'm sorry to those people who were enjoying the chill music in the co-working. I had to hang up so that this could be the featured thing.
Oh. It's true. It's true. And if we play, if we play Spotify on here, Father Bezos comes knocking. It says,
"No, it was a different flavor of chill music than we usually use in here. This is like lo-fi or something."
Yeah, these are royalty-free lo-fi beats. Excellent. What are we doing?
We're letting the ad finish. Yeah, there we go. Ad over.
Oh, there's an ad.
Everybody. Yeah.
Do the ads happen for everybody at the same time? Is that how that works?
It, because a lot of people say no ad at the same time.
Yeah, someone else is getting ads. We should just stop doing this on Twitch. It's like we're fighting so many variables because Daddy needs his coin. He's got to send other boys to space, and he needs his dollars.
Well, the replay doesn't have ads in it, so and if people subscribe to our channel, they don't get ads.
Is that true? Is that how that works?
I'm pretty sure. We just aren't on Twitch enough, for me to feel good about asking people to subscribe to it. If we had something we were doing every week, I would encourage that. But
yeah, don't subscribe to our Twitch. Just come to the event.
There we go.
Excellent. All right, let's.
Zoe is ahead of you, David. All right. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I am trying to show something that I thought was ready, but isn't ready. So I'll get it ready right now. It was ready and then I broke it. And I'll fix it now. Okay. So for the first time ever at Protospiel Online, it only took me 3 years to make this part of the event, but we're opening up our event with this prototype showcase, and we can share with you our sponsors who are sponsored for specifically August 2023. So yay! Some of them are with us right now in the chat even.
What?
So yeah, like we have sponsors that are of the people here.
Hot dog.
So I'm going to call them out by name. We have the Game Crafter, who has been a long-time sponsor of other things, the Big Go prizes from before and things like that. And then Building the Game is somebody that supports a lot of people in our community with accountability calls between Protospiel Online events, and also did a coffee talk with us really, really early on when we were just testing those. And then everybody here should recognize Knife Bunny. That's Zoe, who does a lot of stuff to help with Screen Top, helping people learn how to use Screen Top. And then we've got Coup Games. That's Matthew Hawker, who was actually my co-host last time when David was away and not able to come and help me with this. And also is one of our moderators, our recurring moderators. And then Ludo Liminal is a brand new sponsor and a brand new member of our community that we're so excited about. Will you talk about that company, David, for a second, because you've met her and I haven't in person yet?
Yes. So Sabrina is the designer of a game called Diatoms, which if you've talked to me since March, at some point I have probably told you that Diatoms is the best game I've played all year, because it is. It won Cardboard Edison. It's a really excellent thing. I'm guessing she's bringing that. It goes to Kickstarter.
She's a playtester. She's going to be playing everybody else's games and helping out.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Diatoms goes to Kickstarter next month, either September or October. It's a really, really wonderful thing, and definitely recommend you check it out. I think we missed Building the Game.
I said Building the Game.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Did I say it? I talked about Building the Game. Did I say the wrong name of the company?
Maybe. I thought we jumped from Game Crafter to Knife Bunny, but maybe I checked out.
I said we do our accountability calls and Building the Game's Discord server.
Oh,
lots of people in our community.
I was confused because I was I think I was still hearing that as a part of the Game Crafter thing.
Gotcha.
And I was thinking, like, Game Crafter does accountability calls?
I'm going too fast.
No,
this is how I learned that I'm going too fast.
I've been up since 5, and I'm gonna do my best to pull it together. Yeah. Board game design course.
Yes, and that is another one of our moderators, Joe Slack. That's been, I think, a sponsor or a partner since pretty much the first Protospiel Online in 2020. And that second thing you see there is, I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong, but Mayan Curse.
It's like, I mean,
it's a totally different thing.
Depending on who you ask.
Mayan Curse, which is a game Joe will be coming out with soon. I believe, on Kickstarter. And then we have Small Furry Games, which is Emily Willix, or Emily Willix is behind that brand. And this is a first-time sponsor, but Emily has been kind of around the community and is definitely a big proponent of indie publishing, small batch publishing, has a cool Facebook group, if you do Facebook, about small batch and indie publishers that you can look up and join. Can recommend. And then we've got Violet Daisy Games, which is headed up by Anna Maria Phelps, and she came and did a coffee talk with us. I can't keep track of which month which person came,
2 events ago.
But yeah, that was a great event, talking about marketing and board games and just industry insider information. And then the toy coach is Ajal Wade, who did kind of a co-host coffee talk with Joe Slack several events ago, kind of before we really did our special guest setup. And she has all kinds of great programs to help, especially if you have a game and it's mass market. Ajal is the person to go to. Or if you also want to make a toy in addition to a game, Ajal is the person to go to. She has a lot of great connections from working in the industry for, I think, about 10 years, Art Institute of New York, coming from that, and corporate, and then deciding to break out of corporate, have her own business, and help people learn about that industry. So she does a great job, and she has a great podcast if you like to listen to podcasts too. And then Board Game Blitz is Ambi and Crystal. Crystal was one of our special guests a while back, and they have a really fun, fast podcast, just talking about board games, keeping you up to date on what's new and hot. And then, of course, very, very excited to have Kickstarter as a sponsor. Last but not least, that's through our connection with Nicole Amato, who did a really awesome coffee talk that we almost overcrowded our voice channel with, talking about how they have a department to help creators now, and you can reach out to Nicole to get advice or just moral support before your Kickstarter launch. And many of these sponsors will be featured in the swag bag that will be sent out tomorrow. Right at the beginning of the event, that's also a new thing that we're doing, is we're sending a swag bag instead of the bingo prizes. So you don't have to play bingo, you don't have to play any of the metagames to get access to all the prizes that our sponsors want to give you, or gifts that they want to give you, offers. And so you'll be getting those as long as you have purchased your badge by the start of the event-ish tomorrow at noon Eastern time. All right?
It'll be like a digital version of the thing you get at Unpub, where it's like the bag that's like full of a bunch of coupons and like various trinkets and things. But it's all digital. There's no trinkets. It'll just be digital trinkets.
All digitally deliverable gifts.
Deliverable trinkets in a digital bag.
5 times fast.
I won't. I cannot. Will not.
Yeah. So anything else to say about sponsors and sponsor situation before we get started on the prototypes? We probably need to catch up with the chat.
Really,
too,
it's very exciting. I mean, the chat is mostly just like dunking on me for being a mess of a person right now, but that's fine. God, wonderful. Let's.
Well, the chat shows up for this. You know what I mean? We got to share.
Yeah. Miserable pile of win conditions. Oh, is that like in reference to like that we're gonna talk about games?
That's what a game is.
Yeah.
Games, what even are they? Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Let's do the thing.
All right. Let me get it queued up. I think I'm gonna drive unless you want to. Is that fine?
That's great.
Gotta get it queued up though. Since I was looking at the sponsors instead of the prototypes, and I gotta get to the beginning again. just sleepy drunk. I mean,
is it making you click all of them?
No, I have to just get to the last page, and we have at least 50, so we've got some work to do, David.
Oh no, I was talking about the chat. Is it just like
Oh,
cycling through those on its own? Is that why?
no, I'm doing that.
Oh.
I'm multitasking
Oh,
here.
okay.
Swag email, exactly. Okay, there it is. The first one, I found it.
No, I do not have any games to test this weekend.
Oh yeah, and I don't either. I never do. So the event itself is what I am testing this weekend, and we do have a big change to the way the event itself will work, which is that you can request a start time in advance for your playtests instead of you must be already in LFG and already ready to put it up right this minute. You can say 30 minutes to 3 hours in the future, you promise to be there to put it up. So we are going to see how it goes. It feels a little nerve-wracking and a little different, but we're going to try it and have some feedback afterwards, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Another. Oh no, you know, Emily, you put an emoji, but it always just looks like words here. And so I thought you had a game called Cool Cat. I'm like, another game? I think that's just an emoji. Yes, I know. David has a mustard bottle.
That's true.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, we're ready. I gotta get on the right place to drive here. Okay, so this is Kyle Cushman getting in right on the dot, like getting right in there, getting the prototype in immediately upon access to the event. Can you drive the chat, David, if I drive the the webpage? Yeah, thank you. Oops. Come on. Sorry, my computer is doing a weird thing that I have to make it stop doing. Just a second. Okay. There we go. And I saw Kyle talking about how this is kind of a longer playing game. Oh, it's the cribbage based deck builder. Interesting. It kind of surprises me to hear cribbage and heavy at the same time, because I think of that as like a parlor game, but I guess it's kind of complicated, especially if you layer it with
cribbage is weird. I learned cribbage last year, played it for the first time, and I had the same reaction to it that I have to Trick Takers, which is like, I have a good time and I'm enjoying it, but I have no idea how to play this. I'm just winging it and hoping for the best. I found it to be completely impenetrable, but really fun. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this will work. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh, good job, Ashwin. Already gave some feedback on cell sheets. That's good of you. But yeah, so that's number one. Some a little bit more details, and this game also being tested on Break My Game. Very good. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, Protospiel Online is the first playtest listed, and that's my game. And David's my co-designer. My unwitting co-designer.
I like this one, Monolith of Inhumanity, because the screenshot looks like it's a clip from Roku City, which is, when I grow up, I want to move to Roku City and just live there.
Where is that? Or what is that?
You know, it's the screensaver if you have a Roku.
Oh,
and it's just like a constant panning, like purple city.
I was at a friend's house and saw that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Roku City is I think is maybe the only utopia that exists
in this whole
in the
world.
whole world. I think it's as good as it gets. Everything
This
is
one's
it's just purple in nighttime all the time.
It's on screen top. Okay, well, and so this, and just to make sure we're grokking what kind of game it is, it's customizable dice, puzzly dice combat, and narrative storylet system about robots gaining their humanity. So it reminds you of Roku City, but that's what it actually is.
No,
it's puzzly dice game.
No, it's about Roku City. I'm pretty sure that's not right. That doesn't sound right to me.
That designer doesn't know what they're talking about.
I don't think so.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know why this sounds familiar. I play tested this. This is Grant Van Nostrand's game, which was at, I don't remember how. I mean, time. What is time? It was a previous Protospiel Online, maybe one ago, maybe two ago. It was just like in general, this is what I want this game to do, and just like a lot of spaghetti on the table messing around when I played it. So it'll be interesting to see what it's developed into. Did you have any experience with this game, David?
No. This is I think the last few times this has been posted, it was like kind of placeholder, like a placeholder stock image. So this is the first time I'm even seeing anything that kind of looks like, this looks like it might be the actual, like what the game looks like.
Right. Yeah. Instead of an idea, right? A concept, a picture of a road. Yeah.
Cool.
It's changed a lot. Well, yeah. Unsurprising. It can change a lot from the beginning when you even are just deciding your direction. So, but yeah, kind of like, no, not The Amazing Race. Kind of like that, but just, yeah, you are haphazardly racing, maybe Mario Kart-esque race across the country kind of thing.
Yeah. So maybe like I saw like the red around the corners. It almost looked like it maybe did the kind of thing that like Heat and Formula D do, like the you can't take corners too fast kind of thing.
Okay. When I saw,
I mean, I don't know if that's actually how this plays, but
I thought it was a playing piece, but I see what you're saying. It's always on the edge, so it's probably a...
Yeah.
At least that's what you're getting a little feedback right now. That's what it makes us think of.
Yeah. Mulligan Stew. I know about this one. I have not played it.
Okay. Grant says red is a hazard. Dave's on point for being pre-sleepy. Oh yeah, you should post. Yeah, you should post with an image, Steve. So we'll get to you before the end, or just an image of something, like a concept image would be fine. This is, and maybe I should try to say this more at the beginning of this showcase. It does seem like we get a lot of feedback that people are confused about the requirement to post in this listing, right? Or why they post in this listing. And the reason behind it is not to be allowed to playtest that game at Protospiel Online, and it's also not to promise to playtest that game at Protospiel Online this weekend, but it's to have a snapshot of what you're working on, what you're planning to bring, and be kind of a point of conversation. Like, so we're having this conversation now about Mulligan Stew. It's to give you a chance to have the community talk about your game during this stream, as long as you put it in before the end of the stream on the night before Protospiel Online. And also just it'll be available in listings to remember, like, oh yeah, I was working on that in August 2023, and now it's whatever, something 2024, and I've gotten this far on it. Oh, and my friend was working on this, and now they're this far on it. It's more like just kind of a history record. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and everybody expects it to change, and it's actually interesting to watch them change over the years, I would say. Yeah.
Cool.
I need to write my little script as a talking point so I never forget to say it. yes, you can still list it during the event. Yeah, you can do it whenever you want. Like it'll come. We're starting at the beginning of when the earliest ones people listed, and we'll keep going one post at a time until we get to the most recent post somebody's listed. So as long as you do it before we get to the end of the stream, you'll get featured in the stream, and we won't hang up the stream until we cover everything. Yep. What were you going to say about Mulligan Stew, though, David? It's gone.
Just that I remember the name. I haven't played it.
It's been around before now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really get to play games during the event anymore, so I know a lot of these, but I haven't actually played most of them. But yeah. I am familiar with this one.
And yeah, you can also post after the stream is over. You just won't get included in the stream, and that's okay too. It'll be there on the website later for looking back upon.
Yep.
All right. Yes, and John is one of our moderators, the designer of this game.
Pack of Spies. This, I think, had a title change.
Okay. What do you think it used to be called? Maybe I'll recognize that.
I don't remember, but I've seen the board for this one.
Okay.
I could probably find it somewhere, but
okay, it sounds very area control-y.
I think it is
taking over different regions.
I think that is a part of it. But it's like an area control game with cards, I think, if I'm remembering the description correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it even has a game website. That's exciting when people can get to that point. Next one. Miasma by Steven Schwartz. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gothic RPG card game. Cool. Very good.
Interesting.
Yeah, RPG card game is an interesting mix, right? Because a lot of times RPGs are they're kind of just only theater of the mind, pretty much. Or I think of something like Gloomhaven as kind of an RPG card game. It's not just a card game. It's a lot of stuff, right? So it's interesting I'm interested to see what.
Yeah, I wonder if this is like trying to do a similar sort of thing to what Gloomhaven is doing, and like kind of formalizing like the systems and experience of like a classic RPG, like into something that feels a little more board gamey,
but more not taking up as much space probably as something like Gloomhaven.
I mean, it's hard to take up as much space as Gloomhaven, but
Arkham Horror, the card game, like the way there are like locations and or cards that represent locations, and you put cards on them. Yeah.
Cool.
Oops.
I think is this the Zoe Power Hour? I think we're at the Zoe block. Yeah.
If they're all together, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they are. When I went through it earlier today, it looked like these were all together. I don't know anything about this one.
The term butterfly makes me think of it's being about like coming out of a time of transition and becoming yourself, Yeah.
Your past and future selves.
Yeah, this is the mini event inside the prototype showcase.
Yeah, this sounds cool.
Oh yeah, butterfly effect and
it's definitely
time travel. Like
mostly about the Ashton Kutcher movie.
2 to 5 players. All right. Yeah, and I have to apologize for anytime you see a big block of words here and you think, why did somebody just give me a big block of words? Don't they know how to make paragraphs? They probably do, but the post doesn't come out that way. So it's not their fault. Don't blame them. It's
Yeah,
my
don't blame them. Come on. Come on. Just cool it.
And also don't blame me.
Don't blame
you'll
anybody.
Live.
Just chill for like 2 seconds. My God. Come on.
And Conviction.
I have played Conviction.
I think I've watched this played, or watched the end of it played, but I've never processed it through my own brain. What do you remember about it?
What do I remember? It's 2-player, I think maybe 18 card. Yes, 18 card deck builder. It's kind of like you're sort of shedding the deck and also building it. It's and things are going to the other player and coming back and forth, if I'm remembering correctly. But it plays super quick, and if you are
from talking about it, it's like you're a couple that's trying to come to terms, and you either will break up or you won't. Maybe you'll be able to work it out, or maybe you won't, right?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if you're reading the stuff that you are doing on the cards, it's pretty intense. It's you're not being nice to each other. But it's a really interesting. Conceptually, it's really interesting, and it plays really well. And it's done with a lot of thought and care. So yeah.
And it's been worked on for a while. I feel like the time when I saw it had to been at least a year ago.
Yeah.
Very good. Next one is still Zoe.
I have also played Bread.
Okay.
Bread's real good, real weird. I think my favorite thing about Bread is how a lot of people will probably bounce super hard off of the victory win situation. It has a really interesting end game that I think is so cool. And it's just good. It's good and very tight, very quick. But also has a really nice end game tension to it. It's good.
Very good. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of talk about it and have never gotten to play it. I think that, is the idea sort of that you're not supposed to understand what it's doing to you until you play it, or should we talk about that?
No, I don't think that's really the case. It's pretty clear up front, how you can or cannot win it. Collectively or on your own, because I believe there is everybody can win or no one can win or someone can win type thing. If I may be totally misremembering this.
I feel like this is the one that comes up the most when Zoe's talking about there can be a multi-victor game.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody at the table who's playing it and it's just really entrenched in them that things are, what is the word I'm looking Where they're
Just
like,
that, like, there's
hey,
only one way you could do a game, like, yeah,
right, or that it's somebody has to lose. Like if somebody
yeah,
wins, somebody has to lose.
yeah.
I can't. There's a term for that I cannot remember right now, but but people coming into it assuming that can really just like make the infrastructure of what the game could allow you to do if you weren't thinking that way can really break it down. Zero sum games, yes. Thank you very much. You're right. That is what I was looking for.
Mhm, mhm.
After an ad break, you're convinced of Comcast and energy
Oh
drinks.
god. Yeah, so there is, like, an option one of the ways it can end with multiple people winning. Um, but that's, like, not it doesn't spring the game doesn't spring that on you. Like, that's, like, a known thing. The thing that is a surprise is the end game trigger, because it's kind of like, it's buried in the deck, so you don't know when it's gonna come up. Like, it'll happen, I think it's, like, seeded in a way where it'll happen towards the bottom of the deck, um, but you don't know exactly when it's gonna happen.
Got it.
So that can, like, happen very suddenly. I don't know much about this one.
I do really like the tagline that it's a solo game about an okay dating experience.
Mhm.
And I think it's a really cool play on words because if you see Zoe's profiles, um, it's got like air, air, aromantic, right? Or no, not yeah,
Yeah.
aromantic is
Mhm,
arrow,
mhm.
right? It's spelled differently than Eros, but Eros is also the god of love. So it's like, wow, play on words. Good
Wow.
job, Zoe.
Wow.
Master wordsmith. So yeah, and it seems like that probably I mean, anytime there's just one person hanging out in LFG, so he's gonna have their audience all set. This
Fruitful. I think
might be
that
the
that
end.
is the end. That is the end of the Zoe Power Hour. Um, Fruitful. This
And
one,
I've seen this puzzly tree thing before.
yeah,
Um, in a previous showcase, I remember.
yeah. Plot the life of a tree in the simultaneous competitive engine building game. I just might. I do wanna play with the toy,
Yeah, for sure.
because that looks really nice.
Okay, Emily Vincent can vouch for fruitful.
Excellent.
Cool. I'm actually, um, okay, cool. On BMG, pieces are fabulous.
Mhm.
And Emily, you played it at Protospiel Online or at one of the conventions that you've gone to? Because obviously it has quite a. I mean, we see the picture of the physical prototype here, but it's available
At
on Screen
Protospiel
Top.
Online.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's another surprisingly impressive thing that can be done with Screen Top GG.
Wooden pieces.
In May, perhaps?
Oops, all bangers.
I have played this one, I think, when it was like super early from Maddie.
Mhm.
And that feels like it must have been at least a year ago.
Mhm.
But we're making mixtapes.
Mhm.
I believe it's a card game.
I believe that is correct, yeah. Yeah, this one sounds really fun. Did that say 3? Minimum 3? Yeah, 3 to 6. Interesting. Mhm.
Then let's see. I think this sounds new and unfamiliar to me. Bridgeways. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
I think that I'm being sneaky, and I'm seeing if I think Ian Tartar is a new Protospiel Online
That is
anyways.
very sneaky.
Or I'm being sneaky and
Don't-
looking in the Discord.
Don't do that.
For whether or not that person is labeled, yes, as new. That's right, they are. So yeah, we wouldn't have had this before at
Yeah. Cooperate to bid on bridges with their neighbor, but pursue individual goals.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So probably a little bit like Between Two Cities then. That's what
it sort of sounds like it, right?
That's what it's reminding me of. Those kind of games. And those can be, you know, really I like the way that they're interactive. Those kind of games are interactive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're really paying attention to the people sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a lot of these are, well, there's a mixture of like co-op and not co-op games, I guess. Co-op and team games that are being called out here.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Okay.
Is glasses wearer a thing that you can put as like an identifier? Or is that like a
you can identify
is that a custom field?
I guess that's a moment for us to talk about what that field is. These are all things to help people play bingo, right? So we have different categories on the bingo cards. Like each column on the bingo card is a different kind of thing. So the designer here is saying from the get-go that their theme is city building and what mechanics they see in their game, right? Sometimes when you play bingo, you might be looking for a particular thing, be stretching like, do you think you'd call this a deck building game? Could it be argued that it's a deck building game? But there's also one column that's things about the designer. And one of them is the designer identifies differently than me. And so identifies as is just a free and open cell. Like you just can write whatever you want because you can identify as whatever you want. And I'm not going to box in like the identities that are worth putting in a list, I guess, right? So people can get very creative with how they identify. It's just what comes to mind for you when you're asked that.
Got it.
And here's another common, frequently asked question: can you edit a submission? No. You can make a new submission and ask me to delete your first submission, but there's no way to change. There hasn't been since it came into existence, and maybe someday we'll be able to redevelop it, but it's going to be quite difficult and other things are higher on the priority list. So no, you can't do that. But I don't think that people, this is kind of an extra fun little thing. You know, the bingo section, you can remember it for next time you use the listing. I don't think people really sift carefully through this, but it just surfaces that we play bingo, right? Yeah, thank you for your allowance of the no. What is this gonna say when I show this? Squid 2? Squid 1? And we promise everybody that looks really, really cool in the chat.
It looks really good. It's really good in the chat.
Unfortunately, we can't show that on the stream. So, and I saw a sell sheet for Aloft. This is new to us, I think. Yeah, I also remember that Michael is a first-time Protospiel Online participant, and this is like got some really gorgeous artwork. Hot air ballooning too is something that I feel like is a really aspirational, beautiful kind of hobby that doesn't have very many board games about it, right? So
no,
that'll be cool to see. A mass launch, so like the get it? It's lightweight. Doesn't look like you can.
I don't get it. Don't get it.
Hot air balloons are like lighter than air, like they go up because they're lighter. Okay. Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Poor David.
That's fine. I believe you. It doesn't sound right.
You didn't get my joke, David.
I have no idea what's happening. I am shell of a person.
No.
Yeah, I really am. I'm a mess.
Yeah, it's become a different joke than it was at first.
God.
Sleep deprivation is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it really is.
It's true.
Is that a fox or like a wolf balloon?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a balloon that is shaped like an animal head. How fun.
That is fun.
We've got even a whole video to watch here. We never do watch the videos, by the way, on the stream, because that's just more complicated, but you can see there's a video and go look at it on the website. Encourage you to do so.
Yep.
Did you it sounds, I hear David laughing, so I think he caught up with the joke.
No, that's just no, I still have no clue what the joke was. Brewers of Constant.
I played this one last time, I think. Yeah. It's a very Euro-y game about the basically Oktoberfest, but I think that this is a festival that is like Oktoberfest, but not as big in like another region of the country.
You gotta know a guy to get the invite to this one.
Can Stadt is you're telling me how to pronounce it? Cannstatt? Okay.
Again, I believe you. I'm sure that's right. Emerge as the best brewer and gain reputation in one game? No way. There's a lot of three player games.
Minimum game?
Yeah. And it's heavy. Okay, so this is a situation where like maybe try out the new thing to see if you can find some peeps beforehand.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be a good one to test that with.
Can't stat, won't stat.
I certainly will not stat. Not in this economy. No, not at all. Absolutely not.
Enough from you jokers in the peanut gallery. All right. Diamond in the rough. This sounds familiar. I need help.
Yeah, this is Juliet's game.
Oh yeah. I knew it sounded familiar. Okay. This one is families looking for a good match at the rescue.
Yep.
The shelter. Diamond in the rug.
What did they do?
No.
Rough. What is their business?
My husband Will was just telling me today that like our city is famous for bronze sculptures, and we have a big sculpture show that happened like 2 weeks ago, and there was a truck in the park that said like sculpture cleaners, we clean sculptures, and they had a hose and they were detailing a sculpture that was in the park. And Will said he wanted to go and ask. I'm sorry, I'm just confused. What is your business? Can you help me build a fence?
Don't bully the sculpture cleaners.
I know, that's what I said. I said, I feel like that would come off as like telling them that their advertising is too obvious.
Also, like, the place you live is known for bronze sculptures, so let's not throw any glass stones and brick houses, or let's.
Oh, he said he wants more Simpsons absurdity in the world. That would be more his like reason for doing it. But he's probably never going to actually do that to somebody. But yeah, so this question though is like truly like you'd have every reason to go like,
I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're selling. Are you helping me find diamonds in my rug? I would hire you to do that. I would have a lot of questions about your finding.
Very specific need on a very specific day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did bring to mind vacuums.
This game sounds nice though. I love seeing some dogs get paired with their forever homes.
Yeah, that is very sweet.
Sounds like a nice time.
And yeah, this is a something that came out of our design challenge, which has been under-supported and probably will we'll just keep going with the same one next year. It'll be time for me to figure out how to do that. But lots of people got lots of bits, and some of them started making games, and some of them forgot about it. And maybe we can remind people, and we'll make some more games this next year. This is okay. We did
a party game so great it has 2 names.
Okay.
Hot dog.
Escation is quite a name, if I'm saying that right.
Can you explain the design? I cannot. Can you explain the design challenge?
Well, there was a way to sign up, which is that I was at a couple of the rare occurrence of me at a convention. I was at a couple of conventions in December, and I had a kit of pieces, right? And some people who saw me at conventions got to pick from the buffet of pieces. People who couldn't do that, though, there are 4 products on our store in the Game Crafter that are 4 different sets of 10 Game Crafter pieces that you can choose to buy them, or you can just look at the list and, get your own stand-ins for those pieces. And then you'll find a friend in the Protospiel community to challenge you to use those pieces for a certain mechanic and theme, right? So yeah, it's a little like far back in the closet of what we've been paying attention to lately, but we may resurface it once some of the more fundamental stuff of running the convention gets more solidly under control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind the idea of keeping it going and not really changing it. It's very like it's not very themed. It kind of is just very open for interpretation. Pieces, like a combination of pieces, theme, and a mechanic that's different for every designer that gets challenged. So there's really no reason for us to have like a special one for this year, next year, or the year after that, right? It can just be an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have the link handy right now, but maybe if you ask me around the weekend, I can post it somewhere in Coffee Talk or something like that. The link to go look at it on, like, buy the 10 pieces if you want. Actually, I think there's 20 pieces and you pick 10 from them in each of those kits. Right. Canned meat based on some of the pieces that you got, Emily.
Spam is probably trademarked. Yeah.
But tinned meat, yeah, that'll be fine. So that was way off topic. I don't even know how that happened.
I think because Juliet's game came out of that challenge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. That makes sense. And there was a question.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So this is another one from Grant, and I think this one's new, unless it's.
I have not seen this one before.
It doesn't sound like. I I'm blanking on the cat game's name. Do you remember it, David? I'm sure Grant could tell us. If neither of us
Wasn't
can
that
remember
like the No, I don't remember the name of it. I remember
playing it.
playing it, but I do not remember the name of
it. I think it might have had more than one name,
Yeah.
but I don't think that this is an evolution of that game. I think it's a new idea.
It doesn't resemble it at all.
A progressive list as a team.
4 to 8 players. Y'all know so many people. You have so many people in your lives to play these games with. Players earn points based on where they stand respective to their seats. Wow.
One judge will choose the category and players write their responses. Interesting. This is hard to picture, and I think I just need to try it.
Yeah.
Like when I hear top that, I think of that phenomenon when somebody tells a story about something bad that happened to them or something good that happened to them, and then the next person's like, well, really, like, you had one wisdom tooth removed and it was bad, but I had 4, and etc., right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that. Yeah, one-upping, exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. Bye. See you this weekend. Thanks, Ashwin. Okay. Okay, cool. Loaded dice. Which I guess this is a game that sounds familiar because it's been around and it's not... That's not the name of a game that's published, I hope. Because that name just definitely sounds familiar.
It sounds a little bit like Maya's game Clams Casino.
Okay.
Although the house doesn't really manipulate things in Clams Casino.
Okay. Looks like Derwent played Loaded Dice before, and it was here last time. Okay, so that's why it sounds familiar.
Interesting.
It's a good game. Good. King of the Hill type game.
Cool. Very nice.
Okay.
Minneapolis.
Oops. Wait, oh, sorry. You're moving too fast for me and it's not coming in the right order. Okay.
I'm not?
Asking how the house doesn't win every time for a friend. I don't know.
Ooh.
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Okay.
It does feel like there is like a
called Minnesota.
Syllable missing, doesn't it?
Yeah, those words that you just add something that you know, there must be an R there. I just assume, right? Oh, so you just say Minneapolis or Minneapolis. I don't know. Almost Minneapolis, but spelled differently. Yeah. Oh, notable house is sort of like in Mistborn or something, like a post-apocalyptic Minneapolis, maybe.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones, but it's Minneapolis, which is basically just like real life Minneapolis, like very, very cold. And that's all I remember from Game of Thrones. So cold. It's very cold.
Is this... Wait, I didn't note the designer here. So this is Edward Damon, who I think is new too. Does that sound right to you,
Maybe.
David?
I feel I've definitely seen this game before though, so it feels like it's been here before, but I may be just recognizing it from Break My Game.
Maybe. Yep. Somebody else says Break My
Yeah.
Game. Dog Meat Dog. It's I don't end up having time to play test it Break My Game, so the fact that it doesn't sound familiar to me probably means that they are a Break My Game friend coming over to Protospiel Online. Yeah. Okay. Dog Meat Dog.
Compete to have your dog mark and claim the most territory.
The Twilight bark, like in 101 Dalmatians. In fact, we've got a Dalmatian right there.
Look at that. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I remember Huntspara as a new Protospielian name as well.
Uh-huh.
I added them to the attendee directory. I'm doing that again now.
Yeah. Yeah, the world does need more dog games. That's true. The marriage mix-up. Oh no. Oh, it's one of the 18-card room escape games. Awesome.
Oh. Okay, how funny. I think your mind was going somewhere else, Dave.
No, it wasn't. I was just curious what it was, but it's What could my mind have been going to?
I can't imagine.
I truly can't either. I played the Easter one, I think last time. Maybe at the last Protospiel. Maybe it was 2 ago. These are really fun. But I'm also like, it's extremely for me. So yeah, if you really like things that can be played on your own, puzzle games.
Anniversaries are a annual holiday, if not weddings themselves. Yes, Jonathan is a staple with these puzzle games, because Protospiel is a great place to find people that are not in Jonathan's like weekly playtests that already know the answers to these puzzles. So very happy to be able to help out with that. And John, if you don't know Jonathan, he's a web developer, so it has a website that goes along with it when you play these games. Wedding traditions in general, not just maybe not just the US wedding sort of milieu. Yeah. I didn't know. I've seen Ashay talking about Midnight Void, but I didn't see the subtitle Punny Heroes before. So I'm not sure what that's about.
I didn't see that either. Interesting. Shrinking Dice Mechanical, The Sinking Void. I'm familiar with The Sinking Void.
Oh, really?
Extremely familiar.
What do you mean by that?
it's like just the way, like the constant state that I'm in is just the sinking void, just falling through the sink.
Puny like small instead of punny like punny. Gotcha. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Someone says they have a McDonald's ad. Someone else a Folgers ad.
What is What is McDonald's trying to sell you on? Do they have anything that's looking fresh and tasty these days? asking for a friend. My ad is spoiling. What is it?
Star
Wars stuff?
Star Wars stuff.
Oh.
With Midnight Void. Okay, yeah. It is very interesting. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to admit that McDonald's breakfast is pretty solid, like for road trips.
Why are you sorry? McDonald's breakfast is like
like the eggs are good. They're like cooked perfectly.
McDonald's
They're
breakfast
not, like,
is like S tier.
yeah.
That's like an agreed on thing. It's
We're stalling is what we're doing.
I think we're done. I think we're done with the ads. Right? Are we done? I think we're done with the ads. We can move on.
Oops.
Excellent.
All right.
Midnight Void. Check it out.
Very good. And I think that to Ashay, I've seen Ashay talking about this in chat in the Discord, that it would be great to find people who want to play it more than once to kind of test out. So maybe you'll find that you love this game and you can keep in touch with Ashay afterwards. Mm-hmm. Roundabout. Each player controls a team of 2, engineer and robot. That sounds fun with the central wheel. I'm curious which one this. So I've played a few games that have something going on like this, where there's there's some kind of wheel situation going on that's changing what your options are because of the way pieces of the wheel sort of are next to each other.
Emily's game did that. Lab Meltdown.
That one, and I've had other friends that have had things like, have had things that had this kind of row. It kind of looks like a rows, like concentric rings, like you're going in from here. Maybe you're kind of looking from here to here, and something's spinning on the inside. So it's interesting to see, like, also how that could be implemented. That's a Tabletopia game.
Yeah, interesting. Huh.
Yeah. How you set it up, especially being on Tabletopia, I don't think it has the ability to be scripted, if I'm not mistaken. It does not. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that one already. Sorry. You're in the chat already. All right. Okay. So yeah, I just want to make sure we. Well, there's no cloud of like mechanics stuff, so I'm not sure. If it's a rondel or not? It doesn't explicitly say. Yeah, you have to play to find out, or at least meet this person in LFG and talk about it. So I think this is also a new to Protospiel Online friend. the rainbow thing alone, is it? Rainbow Things. Okay. Yeah, that's new to me. I haven't seen that title before.
I think this is Jamie's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yomi, is Yomi the sensation of like, I can't do what you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah, it's like a yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very early stage.
Mm-hmm.
Group hug mechanics. Interesting. Very good. Okay, plant ahead. I remember that this is Joe Kell's game because I played this classic Jamie. I played this one last time, and I remember that my experience of playing it was like, okay, this sounds like a lot of other games.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I mean, like
Wow.
the theme, like nothing about the way you played it stood out as different than other things like Cottage Garden and blah, 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 whatever. But then when I played it, I was like, oh, wow, this is like really interesting and fun and different than anything I've played before.
There was a turnaround. I was gonna say, wow. So I played this one last Protospiel, and it was unremarkable.
No,
this was really came and went.
The big piece of feedback I had is that it's too bad that the presentation doesn't make it clear how unique it is, and trying to figure out how to bring that forward, right? That's funny. Everyone's like, oh, this is horrifyingly embarrassing for someone. It's so mean.
Yikes on bikes.
No, it's quite fun. And maybe difficult, and maybe that same problem is coming back where it's difficult to explain why it's fun, but you're making you have individual flower tiles, and you're trying to make kind of Tetris shapes with these squares. You choose where to put them in your garden, and then you have goal cards of making that shape with that pattern of flower. But you can kind of, that's why it's called plant ahead, because especially if you know what the ways the patterns can fall are, kind of if you know the contents of the deck.
Yeah.
Which my feedback is that I think it's probably more fun when you know what types of things might happen. So like just having like the kind of like the thing that's on the back of King Domino that tells you what the odds of getting things are, just for everybody to know. You can have that really satisfying, like, oh, I got a goal card that I'm like already done with. Yes, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. This time you're testing it as a one-player logic puzzle. Interesting. Okay, so you wanna get the solo figured out. Like you want it to be a game. You don't want that to be the game, but you want there to be a solo version that's fun to play, and you're testing that out. Very good. Awesome. I'm glad my feedback helped. Yeah, you need me to pitch it for you. Maybe. I don't know. I guess everybody's gonna remember that because they were all like until I brought it around, right? The anxiety I brought up for everybody will make it memorable. Awesome. Well, Predict is very similar sort of name to Plant Ahead. Okay, and this is a game of yours that I haven't heard of before, so I think it's new. At least new to Protospiel Online, new to digital play. This is a classic Joe game. Oh, Joe name. Classic Joe name. I see.
Classic Joe name.
Okay. Maybe it just, I feel like I would have remembered this if it was in the showcase before, but maybe not. You're sorry in advance, Derwent. What for? Okay, you're testing this version with fewer components.
Yeah, okay, cool. What are you sorry for?
Yeah,
oh no.
Is this your game next? It was the last one of the showcase last time. Okay. It's hard. It's this is another we have Joe Power Hour now. This time, lots of games from Joe. What's you're apologizing for? Oh, your last minute upload. Okay.
Yeah, just making sure we don't go to sleep.
Yeah, ever go to sleep? Yeah.
Thank you.
It was another. This is the last Joe for this time. Okay. This kind of thing sounds really fun and puzzly to me. Conveyor belts is I feel like I have to talk to Connor. Connor's making a conveyor belt game too, so you can compare notes.
Yeah, please don't keep uploading things until it's a 24-hour stream.
There's no way they're gonna have enough ideas.
I am going to cut you off at a certain point. Like, I actually am not going to do that.
And I saw Kat sharing about Moss on Facebook, so this is something I've heard of because of that, but I don't know if I've seen it played at Protospiel Online before.
I don't think so. This isn't a re-theme of the flower game, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it's a re-theme of the flower / ladybug.
I don't think it is.
Which I feel like that game also had hexes, but I think this is a different game.
Yeah.
I didn't play it. I never got to play that game, but I saw it in the showcase. Self-publishing this one, or moving towards self-publishing this one, and it's it looks like it's Tabletopia. Did I see that? Tabletop Playground. Okay. Sweet. Uh-oh. This one is another one from Dreyer Inc. So I can make 100 games tonight to add to the list.
If anyone could come up with 100 games in one night, it would be Zoe. Yeah. I think it's like a combination of like, so we're having our bathroom remodeled this week, and I have to get up extremely early to go take a shower at Planet Fitness.
Gotcha.
And then I have to like, because I don't have a shower, and then I have to like be on the internet and like be forward facing and presenting to people all day long. And I just am drained. So yeah, like keep posting your stuff, and I'm gonna hang as long as I can. And if I need to tap out, then I'm gonna tap out.
I'll be here. I'm the one that gets energy from being with you. Like, I can't really get.
I do not get energy from being with you.
Nothing against you. It's just our internal, styles.
No, I'm just kidding. I do, but I am running on fumes today. I gotta pull together.
Is your everyday forward facing on camera, or is it just a bad week for that?
Oh no, it's basically every day.
I'm a social vibes vampire. Ah! I guess you should be grateful for it, because it's what keeps me letting you play games until 3 a.m. on Sunday morning or Monday morning, Sunday night of Protospiel Online. Yeah. I've seen, this one I saw in a sell sheet on our Discord. This is why it looks familiar. I feel like, the concept of haikus just needs to be in a game, definitely.
Yeah.
It's such a, for me, it reminds me of not middle school, but elementary school. I don't know if like everybody got taught it in elementary school, but it was a whole thing for me, and it kind of is just like nostalgic and slightly nerdy, word nerdy.
I don't remember when I found out when I was taught about haikus. But there's not really anything I remember in the current state I'm in right now. So,
This one is a chance to see how playingcards.io works. That's another browser-based, very simple to play.
They just added something like this week, I think. They did something.
PCIO?
Yeah, they did something, changed the way like hands work or something like that. I think like it's easier to it's easier to do something. I'm not a PCIO.
Either as a player or builder, not sure.
Yeah.
I think I saw this person talking somewhere in our Discord about this, that this is going to be a gift for their for somebody in their family that got married, and it was going to be their wedding gift, but they've been married for a little while because it's taking a while to finish this. But yeah, that's a really fun reason to be making a game, if I'm connecting this to that conversation correctly. Yeah. Wedding gift for a sister.
It's a 3-year belated wedding gift. They're making this person a board game.
Very special. I wonder, my question is, do they, like, on their wedding day, were they like given a gift and it was like, I owe you a board game? And they're still waiting for it and they know it's coming?
Yeah, I think I would have said like, we sent you a registry link and this was not on it. WilliamSonoma.com is where you can go to get the blender we asked for. But thank you for your game.
But instead, I'll give you a game about how difficult it is.
Yeah, instead, unpack your marriage.
Yeah, anniversary gift, exactly. You must make me a custom board game for my wedding. That's all that's on the registry list. Yeah, exactly. In board game time.
Scales, yeah.
I mean, you when you started working on it, you thought you had time to spare, but then you realized what it's like to design a board game, and you didn't have time to spare after all, basically.
Bagel Blitz. We're making bagels in Forest. No way. Every card.
Like the Keebler elves, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a slide puzzle game.
Interesting. Every card gives you 3 options. Okay, cool.
This one is a tabletop playground game. I do feel like more people, like this time as we're going through it, I think more people are like catching on to filling out the bingo part. I feel like this has been here more often than it necessarily used to be for people. Oh, this one is going to be Maya.
Yeah, are we going into the Maya Power Hour now?
Yes. Have you played this one, David? I feel like I've heard you talking about it.
I've played this one.
I've heard about the game, but I haven't gotten to play test it yet.
I played a really early version, or I think it was fairly early version of it, and then I played it at Origins.
Okay.
And I think there is a chance that Scars of Ether was the last game I played. I have not played a board game since Origins, so there's I don't have time for this anymore. So the Scars of Ether is
can relate.
I don't play games, so it's really good.
I think I made you play with me on BGA recently, at least.
I maybe played a digital game at some point.
Yeah.
It's really good. It has it's like a skirmish, 2-player skirmish game. The board kind of changes size and scales. Well, it doesn't change size, but like the areas in which you are like safe to like be. It's like changes. It's really good. It's a good tight skirmish game that does some fun, interesting things. Yeah.
Can you really briefly describe what you mean when you say skirmish game? I'm not sure if I just latch right on to what that's like when I hear that said.
It's usually just like sort of a fighting thing. Usually like X-Wing, like the X-Wing miniatures game would be a skirmish game.
Okay.
It's like usually
so
has
maybe
some
a
kind
lot
of
of
like
miniature games.
a lot of miniature,
skirmish
yeah, a lot
games?
of them are, but like it's like kind of like a movement and tactics based thing.
I'm gonna say for Derwent's question, it's always you negotiate it with the designer. If they're convinced of your pitch, then you can put it on the bingo card. I know Derwent already printed his bingo card, and he said it lays in like difficult to make the patterns for the games that are likely to get played. So watch out for Derwent. It's coming for your game to fit it, like shoehorn it into. Okay. We are now agents.
You don't want me to be your agent.
Oh, like board game pitching agents. I see. Yeah, no.
If this is selling you on me being your agent, we need to work on standards and.
Oh, well then it's up to you, Derwin. If you think so and somebody asks you, you are the judge of what can be bingoed for your games. Working on it for a dang long time. But it feels like from just like overhearing people talk about it, it's kind of starting to come together and
it's coming together really nicely. Yeah.
Okay, and this is like I think this is the one you've been talking about in building the game with another designer, right? That you made together? Oh, Gray said, don't call him co-designy after all. Awesome. I got my answer. Okay. But yeah, so love letter, but with dice.
I have never played Love Letter.
Okay. I haven't played it very many times. I remember fitting it in when I was like at a con with local friends, like manning a booth and being like, well, we can do this while we wait for things to happen today. And that might even be like the last time I played it, even though I own it.
Yeah.
For being so easy to fit in, I never managed to fit it in. I don't know what my problem is. So I do take it. I'll put it in the pile of like, this will probably be easy to teach like non-gamers.
Yeah.
Then we never get around to it. So I don't know. Take that. Oh, really? I guess you could call Love Letter Take That. I guess it is a little bit Take That. I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but I see what you're saying. Definitely not League of Legends.
Yeah, and Riot definitely isn't going to be showing up on your door with a cease and desist. This is like the mobile one, right? Yeah. Yeah, this sounds really interesting. There's a handful of games that are try to do the MOBA thing, and I've heard that like one or two of them are like fine if you really want to put in the time to like get good at them. And I think what Maya's doing with this one sounds way more compelling than any of those that currently exist.
This one's on screen top.
They just like they
Especially the follow-up game description, the details that follow the short description.
Yeah, I mean, it like the problem with a lot like MOBAs kind of need to be digital because they're so complicated and so much is happening. And I think the mistake a lot of the games that try to replicate them make is like they don't do a good job of offsetting the upkeep and all of that stuff, like all of the things that the computer is solving and figuring out.
Right.
And it sounds like from this that Maya's trying to cut a lot of that out and have it be the experience of a MOBA, but with less of the fluff. taking what is a challenge?
Yeah, worried about the need for processing. I have not been keeping track, but I wonder who gets the most prototypes award, like added to this showcase. Yes, Duck Splooshes.
Duck Sploosh.
This was the closing-ish game of Protospiel in May, and just everybody wanted to be together, and this game is only supposed to go to 6, I think. Yeah, is the normal play, but just everyone wanted to play it at the same time and didn't want to have to like split up into different groups. So Zoe helped Kirsten make it so we could play on teams of 2 in each of the 6 seats. And it was utter chaos, but very memorable and funny. So I don't know if Kirsten could really call that a viable play test, but it definitely was a memory.
It was definitely a play test.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if Maya beat Zoe for number of games entered.
I don't think so.
Maybe they tied. Well, did Maya have 3? Did Zoe have 4?
I think Maya had
I'm sure.
Maya had 3, and I think Zoe had Butterfly, Conviction, Brad.
Okay.
They might have been tied for 3. Did Zoe have... Sorry, my cat's having a meltdown. Here's another reason why I don't sleep. That just walked...
Because he wakes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe had 4. I felt like... I don't remember which one you missed just now. Okay, Eros was the one you didn't just say.
Yes.
Angry old man cat meows.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah, we could hear it before. I don't hear it right now. I don't know. I don't know if it's still happening for us.
It's not now, but it probably will be around 3 or 4 a.m. So again, if anyone wants a cat, I could send you a cat. Ship it.
We all know how much you love that cat, David. He's like your mascot. Oh, what? Baron is his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That you need another character, Emily, in your cat game, like the old man haggard cat. Somehow, like, just doesn't have to be a playable character, but just work it in. That's my request.
Yeah, my
playtest.
Terrible cat. Yeah.
Gib cat? Oh, give me cat? Is that what you mean? I love
he
him.
went upstairs. I can't. I could go get him again. If he comes back down, I'll put him on camera.
I'll give a tip.
Oh, we got an ad.
Like, I don't know if this is so this is a good moment for me to change the subject for a minute so we don't miss any games for people who are watching live. It probably is not the answer in your case, David, but we had this problem where our kitty was singing her opera at 3 a.m. and we were having to lock her in a part of the house where we couldn't hear her if she was going to do that, and like give her space with her food and her litter, and like do that every night. And then we noticed that every time she made that meow sound, she had a toy in her mouth, like during the day. And so we took all of her toys and put them in a toy box, like closed the door, and she doesn't do it anymore. It was her I have a toy in my mouth cry.
Right.
And if she doesn't have a toy in her mouth, she doesn't do it, and she doesn't have to be in her room anymore at night. She can just be in the house. So that was a huge win. And so if anybody watching along that has a similar problem with their cat, if they have a lot of toys, maybe try locking them all up. Yeah. Kirsten's here. I think that's the first time I've seen you say something.
No
so
way.
you're just you're just in time for your own game. Bible thump. Wait, what? Some of these emojis. I'm okay. What? I think that's ridiculous. That Bible thump.
Well,
is the word for that. It's a cry. It's a cry.
Yeah,
it's a big eye cry face, and it means Bible thump.
Yeah, it's the kid from the game Binding of Isaac.
Okay. I see.
It's the baby. It's Isaac. It's little baby Isaac crying.
It does seem like lots of cats like the sound of their own voice, and that's actually what's going on. And the cat that was doing that, she sounds so mournful, like something was wrong. Like you'd be worried about her, and you'd go find her, and she's just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like in a really great mood, actually.
Yeah.
So, right. Exactly. Okay, awesome. Well, good to have you with us for the last part, Kirsten. But yeah, we're kind of glazing over actually saying what Duck Duck Sploosh is and just laughing about how it ended Protospiel last time. But it's like a take that water fight card game that could be played with children at face value, or could be played with adults as a drinking game. Six-sided. Oh yeah, there is a time when you roll off. I saw the component for six-sided dice, and I'm like, it's a card game. But there is like a rock, paper, scissors roll off. Yeah. And then the next one is also a Kirsten game. This one have we both played this one? Have you gotten to try this one?
I have not. I have not gotten to try this one. I really want to. This one is off of last year. Kirsten was last year's winner of Bez's L deck design challenge. And so the L deck is, for anybody who's not familiar with this, it's a deck of cards. I have it as a print and play right here that is just has very basic things on it, letter related, that allow you to play lots of different games like a deck of cards. And Bez is building up more and more games that can be played with the same deck, so that it doesn't, like, you can have this one deck and a ton of games and you don't have to waste materials to have a lot of games to play. So it's a really cool concept that I really like promoting, and I wish it was possible to buy it. Bez. Anyway. That was what I was going to say. Like, right now it's only available as a print and play, right?
It's not even available as a print and play.
It's not even available as a print and play?
Not like openly, as far as
What
I
is
know.
This?
I mean, maybe
Nuclear Wasteland? Where you can't? Come on. Put a PDF on the internet. Come on.
At one time, it was available for sale as a PDF, and then the last time I looked to like share it with a friend, it wasn't there anymore. I think Bez is considering options for how to sell it, and also is in the middle of moving to Asia from the UK.
Okay, so fair enough.
Some of that is, I'm not sure exactly when that's happening, but that's a big life change, so
that's fine.
So
deal
we
with
have
that.
To forgive that.
Deal with that.
But hopefully when that move is over, see you, Maya, we will be able to find a way to get this game into people's hands. Yes.
Cool.
And Questabel is like a take on The Crew, where it's a cooperative card game, but what you're doing is building words with different levels of challenge using these cards that each have 2 letters on them. It's very fun, and it needs lots of levels tested. So we're very happy that lots of different playtesters can help with that here at Protospiel Online. Okay, if you know Bez and you ask nicely, you can get this, but it's not something that you can, recommend to friends and help sell it for Bez yet. Yeah. Yes. All right, so I'll go down here. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see when Questival is like really ready for prime time and out there in the market. Not sure how close we are. It says I saw Kirsten say she's got 50 levels drawn up, but probably not all play tested yet. 6 months in a leaky boat. That sounds. Maybe you're also familiar with that.
Yeah.
Maybe that also describes the way it's built. Lately for you.
I've been there. I know all about this one. Yeah.
It makes me think of Red November, but I'm not sure that it's
another 3 to 8 play. Are there really that many 3 to 8 player games coming through, or did the form glitch? There's sure so many 3 to 8 player games.
Well, and this says dog. I don't know if this is like dog as in dogs again.
Steel
pop art.
Oh, pop art? Like, is it a pop art?
Okay.
I think it's real dogs.
Dogs.
I think it's real dogs.
Like anthropomorphic dogs in a heist situation.
I don't know if they're even anthropomorphic. I think they're just dogs. Maybe they are.
Oh, a 2-player auction game, which surprises me. It's hard to. A lot of times when I try to play a game that has auction involved in it with just me and my husband, it's not very fun. So making a game that is only 2-player auction and fun sounds challenging. Hello, Jamie. Jamie, I think maybe getting off of work and joining us late. We already did one of. I don't know if you only posted one game. We did what? Wait, were there? No, I think there's just one game from Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ostrich paintball.
Excellent.
I mean,
I'm in. Cool. Next. Sounds good. Sign me up.
I just need to know the name.
That's fine.
That's all that's really important about this.
Got it.
Yeah.
Score points for accuracy, dodging, and speed. Perfect. Just like, yeah, I'm in. What was the arcade game where you were riding an ostrich? Was it Joust?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Just the rainbow things. Yep. Paintball wands? Is this the next thing that they're going to have at Universal Studios? Paintball wands?
No.
Yeah, it does really evoke Joust, right?
It does. Yeah, it's like Joust with projectiles. Twilight Flame. Mysterious.
Okay.
It's actually not mysterious. It sounded more.
It's more like
oil
it's about
and war.
oil. Yeah.
We don't get a lot of war games, do we?
At Protospiel Online or in the industry?
Oh, in the industry. Oh.
Yeah.
Industry, we're good. We're good.
Right.
I put a cap on those bad boys 20 years ago. But
I feel like a lot of those, maybe like ironically, war games have come up. But
yeah, maybe. Interesting.
I have someone who's local in Colorado who was a pretty new designer back around 2020, but was seemed to have a knack for making a game that was pretty fun to play at the beginning. All of his games were about, they were really engaging. Like it was one of this one I'm thinking of that was about oil was like a roll and write. And then another one that was a very like Euro-y game was about the pharmaceutical industry. But he was like, yeah, I keep doing like these big corporate themes. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
So yeah, corporate themes can also be fun and playful, surprisingly.
Yeah. Greenhouse.
Oh, and this is somebody from Eastern Europe too, the person who has this game. So
Friends don't let friends install Linux. Yeah. I the rule I've made for myself is I don't let myself install Linux after I thought I was being really smart and partitioning my computer correctly. I didn't do it correctly is what happened, and that computer is no longer.
Right. I think there's something very enticing about Linux though, right? Because there's like,
oh yeah, it's super enticing. But it's also like
you
kind
wish
of
it was the
enticing
thing
to
everybody
like
could use, you
lick
know.
the elevator buttons, and but you shouldn't do it. So like,
right.
There's a lot of things that are enticing. Greenhouse.
Okay. I like overlapping card games. This intrigues me. And the idea of a greenhouse intrigues me as well. Roast. Oh, and I might have to go back. I didn't note the designer's name on that last one. Did you?
No.
Real quick. Let me make note of what I'm actually paying attention to here. This is also James Newman, so this is another game from the same designer as the next one. And I think this is also a new Protospiel Online friend. We have quite a few of those.
Yeah, lots of newbies.
Showcase this time, which is exciting. Multi-use cards, or I did you hear that, Jamie? Multi-use cards. That's another thing. I like that too.
I love a multi-use card.
Coffee shop tableau. Yay, that sounds fun too. Very like relaxing, pleasant themes there. Awful office.
Clawtor is an early retirement. Yeah, keep clawing. Keep clawing, Connor. They're not in the room. Situate yourself to prevent them from doing the same. This sounds fun.
I see the cubicles on the board.
Yeah, this is giving me some flashbacks in a way that can't say it feels great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, The Office. Although, no, I think, well, people won't know how to spell it if you say it out loud, is one drawback of that, Maddie. But I don't think you'd read it and mispronounce it like the Oneaters or anything like that. Are they moles? Like
moles on the book?
Those.
Oh, like the little gray things. I don't know.
Let me see. I'm gonna maybe zoom in a little bit.
They do look like little diglets.
I think they're just standees. They have people's faces on them. I can just barely see. They're like gray standees that have.
It sort of looks like it's doing the weird lighting thing that some of the 3D things do, where like it just doesn't really light things well at certain angles. So they might be like white, but they're showing up as gray.
Gray, I see. This is a tabletop playground. Diglets.
Yep. Diglets.
The Wonders. Yeah. From, I think, That Thing You Do. I think that is quite an old
Yes,
movie.
it's a great movie.
But oh no, just how I could just feel for that band every time they were announced as the Oneaters. It just really stuck in my mind. I could imagine what it would feel like to be them. So frustrating. Is this? Oh wait, dungeon date roll with style. Okay, so Sarah Addison had rainbow dice, I think, last time. So I was expecting it to be this. Maybe that's the next one. Nope. Might not be testing this time, but this one is a roll and die based on the dungeon date card game. Oh, I don't think I know what.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
is.
that.
But I guess getting ready, like getting all glammed out for your dungeon
sort of
adventure.
like role player, maybe.
Yeah, or like it's somewhat like building your character before going into the dungeon, but like a twist on that, getting all your equipment together and stuff.
Cool.
That sounds fun. And it's a tabletop playground implementation. Mega Blast from Simon Beale. I think we saw Simon Beale's name before, but they're just not in a row, right?
That could be true.
Can't remember for sure. This is the first time we've looked through this showcase, people. So
yeah, we don't. This isn't scripted. Could you tell? Could you tell that?
Flash your way through alien waves and bosses. Okay.
Oh, fun! So like a little like Space Invader situation.
Okay. Yeah, I see kind of rows like they're coming down. Potentially, that's what's happening. Didn't do your homework in advance, David.
I did a lot of homework in advance. I just didn't read the script.
Also, tabletop playground.
Oh yeah, so
okay.
It's like a that's is that Centipede? Is that what that one is?
Well, it kind of makes me think of Centipede as well as a space game, because Centipede is not a space game. What's that space game that's kind of from that same era?
Isn't Centipede in space? I thought Centipede was in space too.
No, it's. I mean, the other things that are going on are like spiders and other bugs. So I really think of it as like it's in a garden. But
really,
yeah.
Why did I think? I guess like in my head, when I've played Centipede, I've just assumed it's happening in space.
Yeah, mushroom forest makes sense. Yeah, and there's a bunch of mushrooms. There's a bunch of mushrooms, and you need to shoot them away to make it so the centipede doesn't come down to you so fast.
Oh, that's not. I just looked up Centipede. I need to be more specific. I didn't want that. Oh, they are mushrooms.
I don't know if anybody remembers. Is it Defender that kind of has this spaceship that looks like this? That's kind of from that same era as Centipede. See you, Joe. See other. This is maybe a longer than usual or a bigger than usual pile of games that we're going through this time, David.
I'm gonna
everybody else
be right back. I smell something burning.
Okay. Hopefully you're fine. Especially with construction going on in the house this week. If you're in David's Discord, he has a home improvement talking about the great fun of home ownership. We can be old together. Do you think I'm right, Kirsten, then, that it's Defender that sort of reminds me of that ship? Oh, yeah, you can be tired with us, Ashay. We talked about your games already, but you can join us for talking about what's left. I'm not sure how many are left. I haven't looked ahead, but I know there were at least 50 in the listing before we got started this time. So this one is from Joshua Adams, A Dragon Deck Builder. Okay, so you're preparing to fight against the dragon that's going to attack your town. That sounds cool. And it'll be on screen top. Oh, yeah. Asteroid is another one that I feel like the ship doesn't look as much like that ship as the Defender ship does, but yeah, Asteroid is like I found that one not as much fun as Defender personally, as I recall. Oh, okay, so Kirsten, you didn't put yours all in one block. We've got Apple Orchard next. Everything okay, David? Your house isn't burning
I
down?
hope so.
Just somebody's maybe making toast or something
No.
like that.
No, I think it's just the dryer smells weird.
Mm-hmm. Apple Orchard I've seen around a ton, and what's funny is I've played a lot of Kirsten's other games, but this one I don't think I've played it at all or really know what it's like. Have you played this one, David?
No.
It's been around for a little while, but I've seen it in the sell sheet list and stuff. Set collection, trick taking, mark manipulation. So it's a card game.
Yes.
With like lots of different things going on, it sounds like.
Very cool.
Okay. Very good. And for people who don't already know Kirsten, she's one of our moderators that is based in New Zealand. So she keeps the Discord running, or she's one of the people that keeps the Discord running when us in the North America time zone are asleep. Okay, so we've hit the Emily Power Hour. We'll see how many that we find from Emily here. But Good Kitties is one that was at Emily's first Protospiel Online. It is a like Pinky in the Brain, try to take over the world, sort of cats in their house, getting ready for world domination kind of theme, and a cooperative game with just a lot of very thematic for cat lovers sort of stuff. Have you gotten to play it now too, David?
Yeah, I played it a few events ago. Yeah, I really like it a lot.
And I get the sense that like Emily's been working on a lot of other games too, but this is like the first that like Grail game. It seems like to me, probably, where there's a lot of sorry, just a second. My lights decided to turn on.
I think Emily and I made a pretty similar mistake to like start with the really ambitious one, the one that's like kind of a bear to figure out.
And you're very like emotionally attached to it being your vision too that you initially had, right? So it just there's a lot of I think it's very common with your first game to feel that way about it. Like there was a thing I wanted it to be, and it's not going to be another thing than that thing. Like it's either going to be that thing or I'll maybe not do it, right? It's easy to feel that way for sure. I think if you can break out of that, it's a accomplishment, definitely. But this is also like a giant, like multiple scenario sort of game. So it's probably going to be not the first thing that we publishes, and we get to play test it. Well, it's like that. But as a play test, it's really fun and hilarious. So it doesn't matter to me that it's not finished. I have a good time playing it. Oh. Nope. Oh, okay. Is this?
This is the amazing cat pageant. Yeah.
It has had like maybe 4 different games. Do you just give it another name every time? I think I got a little behind on the chat here. But maybe Grant will remind us what it used to be called.
I think it was called the Amazing Cat Pageant when I played it.
Yeah. Okay, spatial puzzle trick taker is Apple Orchard. Okay. Yep. Well, you got to do yours some, Ashay, because people want to try that the RPG that you're bringing. But I don't know. No pressure. Yes, everybody needs to play Good Kitties. Okay. It's back again. 2 this year for you that you're bringing, I guess, Emily. And let's see. You humbly, gently demand. I think those are kind of like at odds. Yes, your white whale game. Yes, fight sequence for Jamie, first game. Yeah. We'll try the plan ahead LFG for good kitties. That sounds good. This is okay. Actually, I think the last time. Oh, was this? Maybe this was in Screen Top last time, but it was at first in. I thought PCIO this game.
Maybe. I think when I played it was in Screen Top, but it could have been in PCIO.
I think I have seen it in Screen Top for sure, so it's not brand new to Screen Top. But yes, this is a am I saying this right to say it's like a draft pick sort of game with
I don't think I'm able to talk about this game because that playtest was was pretty chaotic. So I don't know.
You don't think it was the way it was meant to be played or anything like that?
I don't think anyone was actually playing the same game. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be played.
What do you call that thing that they do at March Madness where it's like a tree of like people will be eliminated down to
sport tree.
Sport tree. Right.
Pretty sure they call that sport tree.
bracket.
They get all the sportketeers in there, and they put.
Emily gets a point in the prototype showcase
put me
party
in,
game.
Coach.
Sport trees. Yes. Yeah, I mean I've heard David say sport ball before, but sport tree.
I've heard the Zoomers
right
think sport ball is like cringe though, so I need to stop saying it.
Why is it cringe?
I don't know. I believe them though. I believe them.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's very late for Derwent. Derwent is in the UK. We won't hold it against you if you need to go.
I certainly won't.
Oh, here's another Emily. Not all in a row. Somebody interrupted you. How rude. Here's Pirates of the High Teas, which is about pirates having a high tea or getting ready, serving high tea type foods and drinks. Very punny game.
Yeah. It's good. This is a fun time. I have not played it with some of the new stuff that's been added. But it was really, really good. It was in a good place when I played it at Origins. So
yeah, I know. Yeah. That was more recently. I played it more than one Protospiel Online ago, I believe, and an idea that Emily was very excited about came out of that playtest, and I think it's come and gone since then, from what I've heard. For people who aren't familiar with Building the Game podcast, Emily is one of the co-hosts now on that rotation and has been talking about this game on that podcast. So a lot of what I know about it is I'm keeping up with it, listening to that podcast. One of our very first sponsors in the list. And then, okay. Well, maybe Derwent won't be asleep when we're actually covering his game. But this has been coming back lots of times from...
I think we got hit with another ad.
Yep. And I thought you were one of the people saying you were immune to ads before, Derwent. Maybe I missed it.
I think
wants your cars.
I think Zoe wasn't seeing ads.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that.
But yeah, this one is a game that's made to be played, I would say, with a lot of... Oh, it was you. I was right.
Abusing privilege to not see ads.
You had a no ad zone, but it wore off for Derwent. Yeah, none of us know exactly what keeps them away or brings them around.
They're a little bit like I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're like.
Cereal box toys?
No.
Box of chocolates? You never know what you're gonna get.
No, they're probably like something.
Should
really need to go to bed. They're probably like something else.
But yeah, this is a game that you're trying to you're kings at a feast, and you're trying to get out without being poisoned, but finish your meal. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, if you have if you pay for Prime anyway with Amazon, you get a free subscription to Twitch, and if you're not subscribed to anybody else's Twitch, you might as well subscribe to ours if you weren't going to use it for something else, for sure. Even though you're only going to get 2 streams this month from us, that's all we're promising.
That's all you're getting.
This and the giveaway live stream.
You get 2 streams. That's it. Don't ask for more. Don't ask to edit your prototype listing.
We just have like a card that's like, stop asking us about these 5 things.
Stop it. Good night. We're done. Take and you take and you take.
Mm-hmm. And what do you give us? Only a lot of fun prototypes and your friendship.
Can't buy a car with that. So what game is this?
Okay, more bluffy and less push your lucky now. Okay. I don't. Oh, wait. This was this a? Oh, this I don't watch a lot of streams. I think you were yes-anding Zoe there. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yes, yeah, it's good to see you bringing it back. I hope it gets to the point where it's singing and being what you want it to be soon, because I know you've been working on it a long time. Perceived wealth.
Ooh.
This one's also Derwent.
Look at that.
Thank you, Jamie. It's only, anytime David's really tired, he has to talk to me for an hour. That's what our podcast is. Just torture David out.
Like, that's definitely what I need, is getting... Oh, God. What is this game?
It is Think Scrooge McRedacted with fake pool of money.
I feel like Scrooge. Oh no, I'm thinking Ebenezer Scrooge is like probably like public domain. Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McReduck.
It's okay, David. It's better this way. It's more entertaining. You got this.
Garbage. Yeah, I think Disney is. They probably would not let you do that, but this sounds cool. Are you diving into the fake pool of money? Like diving into the pool of gold coins?
Yeah, because you're saying that, it's making me think the game is about swimming in the gold.
Yeah.
In the gold pool, but you also just say get the most perceived wealth, so it's just about looking. Duck McScrooge.
Duck McScrooge.
That's probably not trademarked.
Oh,
Legally sensible.
I think you might get Bobby Iger just giving you a little phone call about that one.
We do need David to sleep so he can come tomorrow and like.
Yeah, I gotta set this thing up tomorrow. So if you want this to start on time, you'll better let me get some sleep.
Elon ducks. Massive player is coming. Yep. All right.
I feel like we talked about this last time, like how the
Ducking
the
Elon.
no, not the not the Elon, not that guy. The mouse coming for you when you. I feel like that came up.
Trinket start ability. It does sort of.
You know what it
looks like? It's a pile of things that you're.
It looks like is the board for Tanner's game. That's the Plinko thing. Goblins.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that.
Okay, this one is Steve's. I remember this name and Steve talking about it. Duck works for mouse. They're in the family. Said like Brando. So we see Steve frequently on the check-in in building the game, but I don't know if I know how to pronounce Steve's last name. Is it Cassiola? Cacchiola?
I mean, I have a guess, but Cassiola, yeah.
Cassiola, like cashew.
Yeah.
Okay. Very much in active development. Okay.
Nice.
Say, duck works for mouse. They're in the family, like Brando. That's as close as I can get, Kirsten.
That was not good at all. That was just, you just said that. There was nothing there. Crumbs and carrots. That was weak.
Second only to masses. Bugs' lawyers are second only to masses. Yeah.
I worked for Six Flags too. Oh. Are you serious? What did you do at Six Flags? We could talk about this later. We don't have to do this now.
I think all I had with the Brando is just the cadence of Brando. I can't do that voice.
You did not have the cadence of Brando. Come on.
I think so.
Please.
I think so.
I
don't care what you say.
Cadence of Brando. Oh, you were in marketing. I was in write-ops.
Okay.
I pushed the buttons. And
worked at the park.
At the park.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Ruined a lot of children's days when I told them they weren't tall enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to be the enforcer.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Steve, what's your game?
Right.
Store elementals in shared containers with placement restrictions. Cool.
Okay. I mean, I always like, recipe games, and potions are fun. So it piques my interest.
Personally not a fan
of
recipe games. Not my bag.
Well, yeah, see, if you
definitely had enough of that.
Wait. Oh, you're no longer a fan of recipe games, is what you're saying then.
I don't know what I'm saying. Okay.
So then next one is name I recognize. This is Line Go Up.
Yes.
And we still have it themed similar to Heckin' Hounds for the time being. Last I heard, that was if we can get it to work, it will be that way thing. And so this is, and also just since the art is coming up, congratulations to Maddie for getting Hecking Hounds out. It just delivered from the Kickstarter.
It's real.
It is
It exists.
sitting on my kitchen table, and I have no time to play it or even remember if I can play it just with Will. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it, Maddie. Is it only a three player and up game? I can't remember right now.
I feel like it. Well, wait, no. I think there was a 2-player variant.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 2-player. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can play it, just us. Good night, Emily.
Good night.
David wishes he was you. But not understanding computer to decide his own cryptocurrency.
Yeah. I played this one a while ago, and I enjoyed it.
I think I've played it twice now. Yeah,
it's nice. It's like I don't have the brain for like finance games, but I feel like this one, like sort of stock prediction type things like Acquire. Like I'm terrible at Acquire. I like playing with the toy, but I'm terrible at the game. But like this felt like I could actually wrap my head around what was happening in it. Maybe because it is an anti-finance game. But yeah, it's it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, and all the currency is named after the dogs in Heckin' Hounds for now, anyways. Yeah. Untitled dice game. All right. This one's another Derwent, okay? Trick-taking dice manipulation game of sorts.
Tasty.
Okay. There's a 2 to 6 player. Are you happy, David?
I'm generally happy.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just tired. I'm just like sleep deprived. I'm not unhappy. I'm just like
I see.
Just been awake for almost 18 hours. I'm just really tired.
What if Warhammer was cute? Working title by Adam Sabina.
Great.
It's a day and a half old thought.
Okay.
Great. So I think maybe we have gotten to this section that's people trying to keep David up later. Punking you. No. Radio Killer is
Radio Killer's a real game.
Is a real game, yeah. This one I have played it once, and have you played it yet, David?
No, it keeps happening at times when I'm not available.
It's a co-op game where you can a killer is trying to murder you all, and at the beginning when I played it, it was balanced such that it was very unlikely you were going to win.
Yeah.
He traps you in his sound studio and fills the room with red poisonous mist.
Yep.
And you're trying to kind of get to the bottom of his thoughts and what caused this is like the mechanically you're trying to make a pattern to stop it from happening.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it's very thematic. Ashay's theme is very on point. Yeah. Working through the mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the last one. Yep.
Oh.
Unless anybody in the chat right now is like, wait, refresh, don't forget about me. Yeah. I think we're at the end.
Oh my goodness.
But it was yes, we made it, everybody.
What a journey we went on together.
Yes. No, you're not. It's too much work to submit 1,000. You you're punishing yourself more than David if you do that.
Maybe equally.
Yes. Maybe. Yes. Yep. That's what we're banking on, right? Too much work to submit to. All right. I'm almost wanting to say like out loud how many were on this stream before we hang up here. Zoe info dumps about high libido asexuality. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need you to explain this to me sometime. Zoe, I don't think I understand how you can have high libido and be asexual. That's a little bit confusing to me. Okay. So I can tell, the way I'm, well, I don't know. I don't want to switch tabs, but I can just tell how many pages there are, and I know there are 10 per. So I'll give you a quick count by going to the last page. As you wait for each page to load, sorry.
This is what you stayed for. Stuck around
Yep.
for this.
Yep. So page 6. So we have between 50 and 60 that got into this. That sounds high, like a high number. I think it's more than we've usually had. So thanks everybody for showing up and bringing your stuff. And we're really excited to get to play some stuff all this weekend. And David's really excited to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be able to play your games tomorrow and the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was. I think there was somebody here who had played it or knew about it when Jamie's game came up. Yes, good night. Thanks for coming. And yeah, so tomorrow Protospiel Online starts at noon Eastern time, and don't be surprised that you can't find anything. If you're new, if this is your first time, you've never come before, you're watching the stream, there are going to be no channels open at like 5 minutes before noon on Eastern time, and then they're all going to open and your moderators are going to be there and everybody will show up and start throwing their games in the channel. So be ready, and we'll see you then.
That's right.
So yeah, and everybody, thanks for joining us live in the stream. It was good hanging out with you, our peanut gallery, to pick on David's tiredness. And
I'm just gonna not show up tomorrow, and you can start the event yourselves.
Bye.
Wait, are you gonna end it right now? Don't end it. Don't end it on that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just reading. I'm reading what the chat's saying.
Oh, okay.
No, that's you bite-y me every time we have a meeting, so that you thought I was doing that to you,
Yeah.
huh? Yes, everybody. He does that to me every time we have a meeting. I'm telling on you, David.
Bye.
Good night. Do you want to say anything to say goodbye, David, before I hang up?
No, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
I'm really excited for this. Okay. You people, you keep chatting at me and I can't hang up, so.
No, we're not.
Yes.
It's just like.
But I will hang up. I'm going to hang up on you.
No,
anyway.
you hang up.
All right.
You hang
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye, everybody.